Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Christian Academy, the home of the Conquerors. We are ready for the varsity matchup between the Conquerors and the Blue Devils of Stanton College Prep. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau and Dean Bureau, my son, on the camera here at TCA Conquerors Athletics on YouTube. In the JV game, the Conquerors won 58-50, and we'll give you some of the individual point totals as we get opportunities. Right now, we are getting ready for the varsity matchup as the teams are over at their benches getting ready to take the court. Stanton comes in with a record of 7-12. They are members of Class 5A District 2, and their last game was a 74-61 win over River City Science Academy back on Thursday, January 20th. The Blue Devils are led by head coach Mr. Rob Burnett, who joined us for the second quarter during the JV game. He is assisted by Coach Anderson. The athletic director of Stanton College Prep is Chris Kreider. And the principal is Miss Nan Gangoma Majova. And she has two assistant principals, Michael Kerr and Paul Davis. Also last week, Stanton won 56-44 over St. John's Country Day. Fell 60-44 to Wilson, but a good 2-1 record last week. The Conquerors are 4-12 on the season. Most of their games have been very tight, however. They fell to Ridgeview 52-45 back on Thursday, January 20th. Ball game is underway. Owen Pottenberg jumping up against Fred Highsmith, and the Conquerors win the opening tip-off. The Conquerors average 48.9 points per game while allowing 52.7. Again, most of their games have been very tight. L.J. Kelly loses control of the ball, and it trickles out of bounds. And last touched by a Blue Devil, however, so the Conquerors will keep possession. Overall, the Conquerors shoot 41% from the field, 28% from three-point range, and 60% at the line. Highsmith takes the inbound pass, and the Conquerors bring it back out to work the perimeter. Paris with a pump fake. Bialik, a spin move off the glass, and the Conquerors are on the board first. Seth Bialik averages 4.9 points per game and 8.3 rebounds per game. That's a three-pointer, and off the glass and out of bounds, Jamari Bush, a 6'2" senior, with that three-point attempt. These two teams met on December 20th during one of the Christmas tournaments that take place all around the city. Highsmith takes the pass from Kelly, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it's Conquerors' ball. Trinity Christian won that game in overtime, 71-68. Again on December 20th, Donovan Paris of the Conquerors put 30 points on the board in that game. Darius James had 9. L.J. Kelly for 3 off the rim, rebounded by Highsmith. Kelly had 8 points against Stanton on December 20th. Seth Bialik had 7, and Travis King scored 6. Bialik tracks down a loose ball, thought about that 3, and his pass is stolen away by Joshua Proby, a 6'1" senior. That's Proby with the ball, number 10. He just gave it up to Andrew Anton. 6:34 left to go in the first quarter. The Conquerors lead 2-0 and come away with the steal. Paris, a little stutter step, turns around, jump shot, got deflected by Raza Akadi. And Bialik will go to the line as he's fouled on the second chance attempt. And the foul called on Joshua Proby. That's the first foul of the game. Seth Bialik at the line to shoot 2. He's at 44% on the season, 12 out of 27 are checked out. He got the basket, so a three-point play as he converts, and the Conquerors lead 5-0. Bialik has all 5 points. Donovan Paris for 3 off the rim. Paris averages 14.2 points per game. A Blue Devil touched it last, so it will be Trinity Christian's basketball. Paris again with 30 points on December 20th. Inbound pass all the way to the backcourt. Paris has topped 20 a number of times throughout the season. Travis King, number 5, second on the team in scoring at 10.7. Thank you to Coach Willis for providing us this information. That's King for 3 off the rim. Rebound by Highsmith. And Highsmith couldn't hold on to the ball, and we have ourselves an alternating possession. Trinity won the tip-off, so Stanton has the arrow. It'll be Blue Devils ball. Hey, drop us a comment. Let us know you're watching here on the live feed. Thanks for joining us here on our YouTube channel, TCA Conquerors Athletics. I'm Ray's Sports Bureau, and Dean Bureau, my son, working the camera for us here tonight. Anton back at midcourt, works his way forward. Blue Devils work the ball to the left side, and the layup no good. Second chance is good for Owen Pottenberg. And the Blue Devils on the board. The Conquerors lead 5-2 with 5:23 left in the first quarter. Pottenberg, a senior, 6 foot 5 inches tall. Kelly gets around Pottenberg and tried to find Highsmith. Had a little trouble but held on. King feeds Highsmith underneath, and the ball hits the sideline and out of bounds over to the Blue Devils. Missed opportunity for the Conquerors. They lead 5-2 with 5 minutes and 2 seconds left in the clock running. Paris with the steal and contact over near the sideline, and that's going to be a foul against Owen Pottenberg, his first, and team foul number 2. The varsity girls are in action at West Nassau, looking to sweep the season series. Trinity won the first game of the season here on the home court, 28-26. Travis King for 3, no. So the Conquerors at West Nassau playing right now, looking to take both games of the season against the West Nassau Indians. Check that, Warriors. King takes the pass from Kelly, and coming up from behind is Proby, and he thwarts the effort. Very quick movement up court by the Blue Devils. Anton, no good. Pottenberg spin move on the second chance, and that's his second basket of the night. And he pulls his team to within 1 at 5-4. 4:22 left to go in the first quarter. Paris in the corner finds Kelly at the top of the arc. Remember, it is the white inside line. That's the 3. That's a 3-pointer for Paris off the rim. Bialik tracks that one down. Credit him with a rebound. Paris again for 3, no. He's been hot all season, but unable to convert so far on those 3-point attempts. Anton gives it up to Bush, guarded by Paris. Bush around one defender, now 2, and the ball gets away. Tracked down by Proby. Bush for 3, off the rim. And Kelly was the last man to touch it, so it'll be Stanton's ball. Stat number's not available for the Blue Devils. As we said many times before, many coaches like to keep those numbers private. We always respect that decision. 3:33 left in the first quarter. Bialik got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds to the side. Stanton will keep possession. .333 left in the first quarter. That's Bush for 3 for the lead, a little too strong. Pottenberg's second chance, and the layup is good, and the big man has all 6 Blue Devils points, and it's 6-5 in favor of Stanton. King inside the left side of the lane, and he'll go to the line. We'll see which Blue Devil gets called for the foul. That is Jamari Bush with his first, team foul number 3. And Travis King at the line. 50 out of 92 so far, 54%. And first one a little short. King averages 10.7 points per game. He has scored 171 total points in the Conquerors' 16 games. Free throw number 2 is good. He's on the board, and score is tied 6-6. And that's going to be a foul against King up and over the back, making contact with Owen Pottenberg. Team foul number 1, and personal foul number 1 for the senior Travis King. King with the steal, off the glass and good. 3 points total now for Travis King. Bounce pass all the way up court to Proby. He could not hold on. Highsmith picks this one up. Gets around 3 defenders. Off the glass, no. King, second chance, and batted away and out of bounds. Good defensive play by Joshua Proby. And Bush was able to keep the ball away from the Conquerors' opportunity to score. In the JV game for the Conquerors, Cam Anderson scored 20 points and Tyler Chapman had 18 as the Conquerors won 58-50. Pass towards Highsmith ends up bouncing into the concession stand. Marcus Glover scored 11 for the Conquerors. Brandon Forscott and Kalani Smith each had 3. Nick Williams had a basket, and Griffin Edenfield hit a free throw. For Stanton, Surafel Cummings led the way with 16 points. David Burton had 10. Trey Leapitt and Jake Haley each scored 8. That was Bush with the jump shot, no good, but Stanton with another opportunity. And a foul will be called against Travis King. That is number 2 on King. That's a shooting foul that will send Joshua Proby to the line for 2. Philip Jakovicek scored 6 points in the JV game for the Blue Devils. First of 2, off the rim, no good. Josh Robinson now checking in for Travis King for Trinity Christian. First one from Proby, missed. Number 2 is off the rim and rebounded by Donovan Paris. Paris finds Highsmith to the left of the lane, but an offensive foul will be called on Highsmith. That is his first. It's team foul number 3. And the Blue Devils now have a chance to tie the score or take the lead with a 3. Ball worked back to the top of the arc. That's a bounce pass towards Pottenberg, and the ball is out of bounds. Blue Devils will inbound, still a chance to tie it or take the lead. Pottenberg for the tie, no. Rebound, Bialik. And Bialik, little tightrope action, but kept his foot in bounds. And the Conquerors have a chance to extend a current 2-point lead. 1:37 left to go in the first. Trinity 8, Stanton 6. Robinson for 3, no. Paris rebound. Forges his way inside, no good. Conquerors, though, do get the rebound and set up another opportunity. Kelly to Paris, to the left side. He's guarded by Proby. 1 minute, 4 seconds left. Kelly pump fake. Now from the left side of the lane, no good. Into the hands of Stanley Huang, 5'10" junior, number 14. Huang just gave it up to Proby, and Proby will be called for the offensive foul. That is number 2 on Jay-Sean Proby, team foul number 4. 49 seconds left. Conquerors lead 8-6. A very low-scoring first quarter. Both teams have had some missed opportunities. Paris for 3, off the rim. And rebound Pottenberg. Ball almost got away, but credit Bush with a nice play. Pottenberg could not hold on to the pass, but he picks it up off the floor. Spin move and a whistle. And a traveling violation called on Owen Pottenberg. 26.6 on the clock. 8-6 Conquerors lead. Conquerors are going to play for the final shot. 12 seconds. Clock down to 8. Paris guarded by 2. Robinson with 3 seconds, fires a 3, it's good. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Perfect ball movement, perfect clock management, and then the three-pointer by Josh Robinson, making the score 11-6 in favor of the Conquerors at the end of the first quarter. Take this opportunity to give you some of the upcoming games for both the Blue Devils and the Conquerors. After tonight, tomorrow night, Stanton is at Beaches Chapel for a 6:15 p.m. tip-off. Thursday the 27th, Stanton is at Fernandina Beach. Monday the 31st, home against Yulee. That will be a JV varsity doubleheader, as will be the Fernandina Beach contest. And then the Blue Devils will end the season at Inglewood on Tuesday, February 1st, and at Menendez in St. Augustine on Thursday, February 3rd. The Conquerors, after tonight, have 5 consecutive JV varsity doubleheaders on the road. Tomorrow night at Bishop Kenny. Friday at Terry Parker. Monday the 31st at Orange Park. Tuesday, February 1st at Hope Christian. And Thursday, the February 3rd at University Christian. Final game of the season here on the home court as the Conquerors take on Inglewood. Unfortunately, we will not be able to bring you that action. Dean and I will be doing Trinity Baptist College baseball as they have their home opener for the 2022 season. That is Friday, February 4th, senior night here at Trinity Gymnasium. 11-6, Conquerors looking to add on. Defense by the Blue Devils. Great job by both Bush and Pottenberg. So they thwart the effort for the Conquerors to extend the lead. Anton inside, tried to get the ball to Clarence Lee, number 24. Lee had some trouble holding on, and the Conquerors regained possession. Bounce pass to Robinson, who hit that 3 right at the end of the first quarter. Darius James goes up and draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. We'll see which Blue Devil gets called. The foul is called on Jamari Bush. That's his second and team foul number 5. Darius James at the line this season, 5 out of 13. Of course, he spent the first semester winning a state championship on the football field, as did many of the Conquerors. 1st to 2 for Darius James is a little too strong. Checking in for Stanton, number 21 is Julian Pedro, a 6-foot senior. Also onto the court wearing number 12 is 5'10 junior Landon Shinego. Hey, my wife Beth is here in attendance, sitting to my right. She's a teacher at Stanton College Prep. She wore her Stanton jacket and her Trinity hat. At least you got one of them right. Darius James missed his first. And here comes free throw number 2, a little bit too strong, and rebounded by Clarence Lee. Neither team has scored so far in the second quarter, only a minute in. Steal by Paris, has James wide open, but instead he slows it down, brings it across midcourt. Turnaround jumper by Paris, a little strong. Highsmith over everybody for the rebound. Bialik takes the no-look pass and the touch without hitting the floor. Seth Bialik now with 7, and the Conquerors lead 13-6. Great move by Seth Bialik. That was a perfectly timed pass from James to Bialik to give him the opportunity to extend the lead to 7. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's Conquerors' ball. 6:11 left in the second quarter. Conquerors 13, Stanton 6. The Independent Middle School Conference basketball tournament started today. I don't know how the Conquerors did just yet. Josh Robinson with a great move to the basket. Second chance, scores the basket. And Trinity leads 15-6. 5 points now for Josh Robinson. Friday night, though, the middle school team pitched a shutout. 38-0. They got a win. Pottenberg for three, a little strong. Second chance, no. And rebounded by Bialik. Bialik averages 8.3 rebounds per game, and he's already been all over the boards. Action's too quick for me to keep track of all the rebounds. Bialik, I can tell you he has multiple. Pass inside to Highsmith. And the senior lays it in for his first basket of the night. He averages 6.6 points per game, and the Conquerors lead 17-6. And we have a timeout called by Coach Rob Burnett, a full 60-second timeout with 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second quarter. And the score, Trinity Christian 17, Stanton 6. We'll be back in just a minute on TCA Conquerors Athletics. And we're getting ready to resume play with the Conquerors leading by 11, 5 minutes and 7 seconds left. The Blue Devils have possession. Jamari Bush guarded by Robinson. Pass outside to Andrew Anton, who had a little trouble holding on. And the unforced error will give the Conquerors the ball. Kelly, Robinson, Paris, Highsmith, and Bialik for the Conquerors. Anton, Proby, Razzacati, Julian Pedro, and Jamari Bush for the Blue Devils. Robinson hits Bialik outside the paint. Off the glass, no, and a rebound off the floor for number 21 is Julian Pedro. Very quick work up the court. Basket, though, does not fall through. Battle for the ball at the baseline. Bialik called for the travel. He grabbed the ball and rolled over trying to keep his feet in bounds, but he's called for the violation. So Stanton will have possession with 4:27 left on the clock. Off the glass, no, and rebounded by Highsmith. Paris 1-on-2, underhand layup, does not go. Both teams missing layups on the past couple of exchanges each. Blue Devils with possession, three-pointer for Bush, a little strong, and Bialik with the rebound. 17-6, Conquerors lead, 4 minutes left in the half right now. Paris from the corner, that's for three off the rim, and rebounded by Anton. It's been a little while since we've had a score. 17-6, Conquerors lead. Pass inside, stolen by Bialik. Highsmith gives it up to Kelly, who brings it up court. Paris thought about the three. Conquerors work it to the right side. And a timeout called by Coach Willis, a 30-second timeout with 3:24 left to go in the second quarter, and the Conquerors leading 17-6. Crowd's getting bigger and bigger here at Trinity Gymnasium. Speaking of big crowds, this coming Saturday, we're going to have standing room only as Trinity Baptist College, women and men, both play one of their biggest conference rivals, Toccoa Falls College, starting at 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. We carry the TBC Eagles on the YouTube channel called TBC Eagles. If you want to see some good National Christian College Athletic Association women's and men's basketball, Tune in at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. this coming Saturday. Dean and I will be right here in this very spot bringing you the action. Unforced error gives the ball back over to the Blue Devils and a chance to pull back to within single digits. Conquerors lead by 11, but the steal by Highsmith. Robinson for 2, no. Kelly with the rebound, and the Conquerors will set up another opportunity. Traveling violation called on Robinson, and that gives the ball back over to Stanton, so another unforced error. Both teams turning the ball over in the past minute or so. Conquerors trying to put on the press. Stanton has a couple seconds, and they get it past the timeline. Crowbar has it knocked away. Good defense by Fred Highsmith. Possession stays with the Blue Devils. And that half-court press very nearly resulted in a 10-second violation. The Blue Devils just did get the ball past midcourt. They will inbound over at the Conquerors bench. Bush guarded by Robinson and Bialik. Double team. Bounce pass inside. And an excellent move to the basket, but missing the shot was Lee. Second chance for the Blue Devils results in a foul. It's either Bialik or Highsmith, and we're about to find out. Seth Bialik called for his first. Team foul number 4. And heading to the line for 2 will be sophomore Raza Kadi. First of 2 from Kadi, good. His first point of the night. And Kadi a chance to go 2 for 2, which he does. 17-8 the score. Robinson trying to get inside, and he will draw the foul. That's going against Jamari Bush, and that's number 3 on Bush. And that will send Robinson to the line for 2. He has 5 points pending the free throws. And Josh Robinson at the line, 66%, very respectable, 29 for 44. First of 2 from Robinson is good. He now has 6, and the lead is back up to 10. Deacon Taylor in for Bush. Taylor wearing number 23 right by the basket. Robinson hit his first, and number 2 is up and good. So he goes 2 for 2, now has 7, and the Conquerors lead by 11, tied for their biggest lead of the night. Highsmith looking for King, and a block. Second chance, draws the foul, and Highsmith will shoot 2. The foul's called on Jay-Sean Proby, and that is his third. It is team foul number 7, and Fred Highsmith will shoot 2. Highsmith just 1 for 7 at the line on the season. And that one is off the back of the rim. And Highsmith was the Conquerors football team's leading receiver. Led the team in total catches and total yards. And led the Conquerors in touchdowns. I believe he had 14 total. 19-8. Free throw number 2, no good. And rebounded by Deacon Taylor. Blocking foul called against the Conquerors. And because of the pileup, I didn't see which one, but about to find out. Foul's called on Seth Bialik. That's his second, and team foul number 5 on the floor. So the Blue Devils will inbound with 2:13 left, trailing 19-8. That's a three-pointer, high arc off the rim. And pulled down for a second chance, in and out. Third opportunity and a foul. That looked like L.J. Kelly with the hack. That is the correct call. L.J. Kelly with his first, sending Owen Pottenberg to the line. He scored 6 points all in the first quarter And he has 2 free throws coming with 2 minutes and 1 second left until the intermission. And the first of 2 is good. Pottenberg ready for his second. And it is off the front of the rim and rebounded by Highsmith. 10-point Conquerors lead, 1:56 and counting. Kelly for 3. No, a little strong. And a collision over near the baseline, and Josh Robinson will be called for the foul. Team foul number 6. Conquerors already in the bonus, and now after inbound, Stanton will be in the 1-and-1. Next foul will be number 7. Bialik and Robinson both collide, and Robinson stepped on the sideline as he grabbed the ball, so the turnover will give it to the Blue Devils. Trail by 10 with 1:40 left in the half. King with the steal. 1-on-1 to the basket, and a great play by Landon Shanego, keeping King out of the basket. Out of bounds, it is Conquerors' ball, but again, Shanego hustling back on defense kept King from getting off the shot. 1:30 left. Robinson inside the paint. And a defense by Owen Pottenberg thwarting the effort, and Stanton has a chance to get into single digits. Contact, no call at midcourt. And a pass gone astray and out of bounds over to the Conquerors. Substitution will send Donovan Paris in for TCA and Stanley Huang in for Stanton College Prep. Conquerors lead 19-9. Another substitution, Caden Morrell onto the court for TCA, and Seth Bialik will head off. Caden Morrell, the Class 2A leading tackler during the past football season. Had about 150 tackles. King trying to find Highsmith, and this one is out of bounds off Highsmith, and Stanton has the ball with 59 seconds left. Now they're going to say it is Conquerors' ball. First they indicated that it was Stanton with possession. Officials are now going to talk about it, make sure they got it right, and Trinity ready to inbound. Morrell missed the first chance, second chance, pulls it down outside to Kelly, who thought about the 3. Kelly back to Morrell inside the paint. Paris from the line, no. And a whistle. And a traveling violation called against the Conquerors. That'll give it over to Stanton. Flying all the way up the court. 33 seconds left. Inside the paint. Short jumper is good off the rim and the glass. Razzacati now with 4. 19-11 in favor of the Conquerors. 22 seconds left. Travis King walks it across midcourt. Low scoring game. Conquerors lead by 8. Clock is now at 12. Again playing for the final shot like they did in the first quarter where Robinson hit a 3. Kelly outside to King for 3. It's good. Just like they did to end the first quarter, the Conquerors worked the clock down, got a shot, and hit a 3-pointer. It was Josh Robinson in the first, Travis King in the second, and the halftime score is Trinity Christian 22 and Stanton College Prep 11. We'll pause here for the intermission, and we'll update all the numbers, points, and fouls as we get ready for quarter number 3. You're watching TCA Conquerors Varsity Basketball here on YouTube, TCA Conquerors Athletics. Stay with us. Welcome back to Trinity Gymnasium, where you see on the scoreboard the Conquerors lead Stanton College Prep 22-11. Less than 2 minutes until we resume play as we start the third quarter. For the Conquerors, Seth Bialik and Josh Robinson are tied at 7 points each. Travis King, who hit that three-pointer right at the end of the second quarter, has a total of 6. Robinson hit that three at the end of the first quarter as the Conquerors were playing for the final shot both times. Fred Highsmith has a basket for Trinity Christian. Foul situation for the Conquerors. Travis King and Seth Bialik each with 2. LJ Kelly and Fred Highsmith each have 1. For the Blue Devils, Owen Pottenberg, 6 points in the first quarter, 1 in the second. He leads with 7. And Razakati has 4 for the Blue Devils. They do have a little bit of foul trouble. Jay-Sean Proby and Jamari Bush each have 3 fouls. And so the Conquerors leading 22-11. It will be Stanton's ball in just a minute as we get ready to start the third quarter. Donovan Paris, a leading scorer for the Conquerors, 14.2 points per game. He's had opportunities, but so far unable to convert. He scored 14 against Ridgeview on Thursday night. Travis King had 10. Bialik had 6. Josh Robinson had 3. Fred Highsmith also scored 10 points at Ridgeview just a few nights ago, and LJ Kelly had 2. But a low-scoring first half. Both teams have had opportunities to put more points on the board. Both teams have missed some shots that they probably would like to have again, but the Conquerors lead 22-11. And you see both teams heading back out onto the court. It will be Stanton's ball to start the third quarter. Glad you're joining us here on TCA Conquerors Athletics, our final basketball broadcast of the school year. Don't worry though, both baseball and softball coming up very soon. Conquerors softball got very deep into the playoffs last year. Unfortunately, they met up with Sophia Kardatsky, the flame-throwing freshman, now sophomore, for University Christian in the region final. They're going to have another opportunity this coming year. They start playing games, I believe, on February 22nd. Varsity baseball begins on February 14th. And they're going to play at Mandarin, and we plan to bring that to you on our MixLR channel, audio style, as a three-pointer by Stanley Huang starts the third quarter, and Stanton is within 8 at 22-14. MixLR, Trinity Christian Academy, Jacksonville, Florida, the same place we did the football games. We're going to do the first baseball game. We'll have a few baseball and softball games on the MixLR channel. Most of them will be here on the YouTube channel. Seth Bialik takes the pass from Highsmith, gets 2 of those 3 points right back, and the Conquerors lead by 10. And that ball gets away from Bush. He chases it down, but that's a backcourt violation, giving the ball back over to the Conquerors. In that second quarter, both teams had a little trouble holding on to the ball. That's one of the reasons we had a low-scoring first half. King backs it out to Kelly, and the Conquerors work it to the far side. 6:41 left in the third quarter. Kelly inside the paint, finds King. King runs the baseline, and a short jumper is good, and Travis King now has 8. And the Conquerors lead 26-14, 12 points, their biggest lead of the night. Bush off the glass and in. Jamari Bush with his first score of the night, making it a 10-point deficit for the Blue Devils. Paris on the left side finds King at the top of the arc, and that ball's stolen away. Defense by Lee, that's him with the ball, and 3 Conquerors all make contact with Lee. And it looks like King is getting called for the foul. No, it is Seth Bialik, and that is his third. On the floor, so the Blue Devils will inbound. That's the first foul for either team in this second half. Bush taking the pass, unable to convert. Gets the ball back and then a whistle. I believe that was called on Bialik. It was a little tough to see the officials' signals, but Bialik is heading off, and that is his 4th foul. Jace Walker now in for Seth Bialik. Bounce pass to Bush. Could not convert. Gets the rebound. Second chance, no, and he'll go to the line. Looks like Fred Highsmith called for the hack. Number 2 on Highsmith. Number 3 on the Conquerors, and Bush will have his first free throw attempts of the night. Number 1 from Bush, a little too strong. 10-point Conquerors lead, pending free throw number 2, 26-16. And Bush's second is a little short, and Kelly with the rebound. Highsmith takes the pass, pump fake, and a foul. That's going against Owen Pottenberg, his second. Team foul number 1 of the second half, and Fred Highsmith at the line. Nothing out of 2 in the second quarter, 1 for 9 on the season. Here's the Blue Devil at the table, ready to check in. That first one spun around and came out, and now heading onto the court is Jayshawn Proby. And Bush will head off. And number 2 from Highsmith is good. He now has 3, and the Conquerors lead 27-16. Highsmith with the steal and lays this one in. Gets a nice little finger roll. So 3 quick points from Fred Highsmith. The crowd wanted to dunk, but that ball just rolled in off his fingers, making sure he got the points. Now the official talks with Coach Willis, making sure Highsmith, if he gets another opportunity, does not grab that rim unnecessarily. It's allowed only to avoid a potential injury. And a beautiful move by Clarence Lee up the right side of the court, underneath, reverse layup. King trying to return the favor, and he is rejected. Both Proby and Pottenberg in on the defense, and great sportsmanship by both teams. Above all, I love seeing the sportsmanship. Conquerors lead 29-18, 5 minutes, 4 seconds left in the third quarter. This is Lee going inside the paint. He collides with Paris, and Paris last touched the ball, so it is Stanton's possession. And a great pass right underneath the basket, and a layup by Cotty. He now has 6, and the deficit down to single digits for the Blue Devils. Timeout with 4:54 remaining. Coach Willis calls his 32nd timeout, so unless I'm mistaken, Coach Willis has 3 fulls remaining. Coach Burnett of the Blue Devils has 2 fulls and 2 30s left in his timeout repertoire. 4:54 left to go in the third quarter. Conquerors lead 29-20. Seth Bialik, the leading scorer on the court with 9. Travis King follows with 8. For the Blue Devils, Pottenberg leads with 7 and Razzacati with 6. Those are your leading scorers for each team. Back underway. Conquerors trying to get the lead back into double digits. King for 3. Good. That's his second of the night. He has 11, and the lead is 12. Very quick pass up the court. Proby is able to stay inbounds. And a ball knocked away by Jace Walker. It is Stanton's ball. Let's see if they pull that quick pass to Cotty right inside the paint again. It is to Cotty, but to the outside. That's a 3-pointer for Huang. No, off the rim. And King is pushed from behind, and that's going to be a foul on Pottenberg. Number 3 on Pottenberg. That's the third Blue Devil with 3 fouls. It is team foul number 2, and the Conquerors will inbound and go the length of the court. .4:15 left on the clock, and a foul called against Stanley Huang, his first, team foul number 3 on the floor, so TCA will inbound. 4:13 left on the clock. Kelly thought about that 3. Instead, he found King, but the pass deflected and out of bounds. Defensive play by Jay-Sean Proby, keeping the ball away from King. Conquerors do inbound. Highsmith to Walker. Off the rim, no. Highsmith, second chance, third chance, draws the foul. And the foul is called on Raza Kadi, his first, team foul number 4. Highsmith at the line. He's 1 for 3 so far tonight. And the first of 2 is good. He now has 6. Conquerors now with their biggest lead of the night at 13, 33-20 at 3:57 left in the third quarter. Number 2 from Highsmith rolls around and drops in. And a foul will be called on Highsmith as he goes up and over the back on Razakati. That's number 3 on Highsmith, assuming I have that correct. Conquerors lead by 14. 3:50 left in the third. Cotty inside the paint and a short jumper. It's good. He now has 8. And we have ourselves a full timeout called by Coach Willis at 3:41 left to go in the third quarter, and the Conquerors leading 34-22. We'll pause here and we'll be back in just a minute. Conquerors inbound, leading by 12, 34-22. Harris outside to King. Tried to get it to Highsmith, but another defensive play by Jay-Sean Proby kept it out of Highsmith's hands. Conquerors do inbound. 3:26 left in the third quarter. Harris outside to King. Work to the left side. Kelly for 3 off the rim. And rebounded by Jay-Sean Proby. Pottenberg. Second chance, no. Both Walker and Highsmith trying to pull it down. Highsmith comes away with the ball. And the Conquerors work it up court very quickly. Walker finds Highsmith underneath and a great pass. Fred Highsmith now with 9, and we're going to have ourselves a foul. It's either King or Kelly. It is going against L.J. Kelly, his second. Team foul number 6. Conquerors are out of fouls to give. The next one means free throws. Perfect pass from L.J. Kelly to Fred Highsmith, and Highsmith now has 9. 7 in this third quarter. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Stanton's ball. Last touch by the Conquerors, says the official. And now, after they talk to each other, the call is overturned and goes to the Conquerors. Officials again getting together, making sure of the call. Oh, what some great NFL football we saw this past weekend. 4 very exciting games, and all 4 of them won on the final play of the game. Well, if you like exciting football, you were in for a treat this past weekend. Paris comes away with the ball. 1-on-2, and the layup is good. That is Paris's first basket of the night. He averages 14.2. A steal by Kelly and an easy short jumper. He's on the board. Kelly averages 5.6, and the Conquerors lead by 18, 40-22. Anton up the right side, and a steal by Paris. Bounce pass for King. Gets around his defender and lays this one in and draws the foul. Owen Pottenberg just picked up his 4th. Travis King got the basket, 13 total points, and a chance to make it 14. King 1 for 2 so far tonight. And the free throw bounces off the rim. Pottenberg with the rebound. Owen Pottenberg, if I have it correct, now playing with 4 fouls. Jayshawn Proby and Jamari Bush each have 3. Cotty, the jump shot, no, and a whistle. It's going against the Conquerors. We'll see which player. Jace Walker will be called for his first. It's team foul number 7, so the 1-and-1 bonus. And doing the shooting will be Owen Pottenberg. He's 1 for 2 so far tonight. And the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. He now has 8. Caden Morrell in for Jace Walker. Conquerors lead 42-23, a 19-point lead. Their biggest of the night has been 20 right before that free throw. Again, the JV Conquerors won 58-50. Cam Anderson, 20 points. Tyler Chapman, 18. And Marcus Glover, 11. Pottenberg hits both. He now has 9. 42-24, Conquerors lead. Paris back out to Kelly. Looked like he was going to take the 3. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. And with no shot clock, the Conquerors can take as much time as they want. Kelly guarded by Huang. Good, tight man-to-man defense by Huang. Kelly spins around, goes inside, and gets called for the offensive foul. Jayshawn Proby had both feet set just right, took the charge, and the ball goes over to Stanton. That's number 3 on L.J. Kelly. Team foul number 8 on the Conquerors. And 3 Conquerors there. We'll see which one gets called. It's 1-and-1. L.J. Kelly now with 4. And shooting the 1-and-1 will be Razzacati. He's converted both of his attempts so far tonight. Kelly goes off. Josh Robinson comes back on. Front end of the 1-and-1 from Cotty, good. Well, he's shown tonight a perfect form at the line. 3 for 3. Number 4 is also good. He's now in double digits with 10. 42-26, Conquerors lead, and again, they can play for the final shot. 20 seconds left. Remember, they got 3-pointers as the clock wound down in each of the first 2 periods. 12 seconds. 7 seconds. Paris guarded well by Proby. Gets around his defender. Inside to King. And a blocked shot out of bounds. Now the whistle sounded before the horn, so the officials are going to go over to the table. We'll see how much time they put on the clock. It is Conquerors' ball. Again, the whistle was before the time expired. They're putting 1.5 on the clock. Into Robinson, counts if it goes, but no. So at the end of the third quarter, it is Trinity 42, Stanton 26. Well, after a very low-scoring first half, Conquerors put 20 on the board in the third quarter, the Blue Devils 15. And as we get ready for the final 8 minutes, TCA leads 42-26. We'll be back in just a moment. Conquerors have the possession arrows. We start quarter number 4, and the Conquerors lead by 16 at 42-26. Travis King, the leading scorer, with 13. Fred Highsmith has 9. For the Blue Devils, Razzacati has 10. Owen Pottenberg has 9. Those are your leading scorers as we start the fourth quarter. Paris for 3, too strong. Rebound by Morrell. And Morrell's able to hold on to the ball. Paris inside the paint, no. Rebound by Jamari Bush. He and Proby each have 3 fouls. Pottenberg has 4. Anton is able to corral the ball and get the short jumper. That's his first basket of the night. Anton, a 6'0" senior. Most of these Blue Devils at or above 6 feet tall. Pass inside to Highsmith. Chance to get into double digits does not happen, and Proby pulls down the rebound. 6:54 and counting left in the ball game. The Conquerors 42, the Blue Devils 28. Anton from the free throw line does not get the bounce. Highsmith the rebound all the way up the court to King. One bounce on the floor, and Proby with the defensive play, and he picks this one up. Proby now inside, and he will collide with Highsmith, who was set and drew the charge, and the offensive foul called against Jayshawn Proby is his 4th. Fred Highsmith set himself up perfectly, took the charge, and the Conquerors get possession. (42-28), 6 minutes left now. Jump shot from Donovan Paris. It's good, his second basket, 4 total points for the senior. 5:50 left to go. Donovan Paris starting to get some looks by some colleges. That ball is a foul on Josh Robinson, his first. It's team foul number 10. The Blue Devils are in the double bonus the rest of the game. Jayshawn Proby will shoot 2. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Those came in the first quarter. Number 1 from Proby, good. His first point of the night. 44-29, 5:48 left on the clock. Number 2, a little strong. Loose ball on the floor, picked up. Shot missed by Pedro, and a whistle. It's going to be Conquerors' ball. See which Blue Devil gets called for the foul. That's going against Julian Pedro, his first. Team foul number 7. So 1-1 for the Conquerors. Looks like Fred Highsmith steps up to the line. Here's his chance to get into double digits. Fred has 9. 3 field goals, and 3 free throws. And the 1-and-1 is in and out, and rebounded by Pottenberg. I've said this many times. Sometimes the ball looks like it's going down, but just comes on out, doesn't do what you think it will. Robinson gets the rebound and draws a foul. The foul is called on Julian Pedro. That's his second, team foul number 8. So Josh Robinson will now have a 1-and-1. He has 7, pending the free throws. Conquerors lead by 15 with 5:31 left on the clock. And the front end of the 1-and-1 off the back of the rim and rebounded by Pedro. Kept in bounds from the corner. Bush for 3 off the rim. Rebound by Cotty. Turnaround jumper. Good. Cotty now with 12. He's the Blue Devils' leading scorer. And he cuts a deficit down to 13 at 44-31. 5 minutes left right now. And the Conquerors can start to work down the clock, leading by 13. Robinson over near the Conquerors bench, finds Paris. Paris guarded well by Huang. 5-second count is on. And great defense by Huang. Paris, though, able to finally get around him. The ball again in and out. Paris with a second chance, no. And Morrell tried to keep it in bounds, but it was just out of his reach. And the Blue Devils, with the good defense, come away with the stop and the possession. Morrell out, Seth Bialik in. Wang hits Proby, but Proby unable to convert. The second chance, though, was good from Cotty. And Cotty now has 14, and the deficit down to 11. The Conquerors led by 20 a few minutes ago. They led 42-22, but Stanton has gone on an 11-2 run and will now have possession as that ball hit out of bounds. So the Blue Devils looking to make a big comeback after falling down 20 earlier in this fourth quarter. Traveling violation, though, will slow down the comeback effort. Jamari Bush couldn't keep his feet still, and the Conquerors will get the ball with 3:50 left. And Coach Willis calling for the timeout. If I'm correct, Trinity Christian has 1 timeout left. Stanton still has 4. 3:50 left. Conquerors 44. Blue Devils 33. We'll be back. .350 left in the fourth quarter. Trinity 44, Stanton 33. It is Conquerors ball. They will inbound over near the Blue Devils bench. Stanton is on an 11-2 run. They trailed 42-22 and have trimmed it down to 11. King open, but he's going to use up some of the clock. Huang coming away with the knockdown, and the loose ball is grabbed by Pedro. All the way up court to Huang, unable to convert, but he picks up the loose ball off the floor. Bush for 3, it's off the rim. Paris with the rebound. 3:17 and counting. And again, the Conquerors trying to work down the clock. Robinson all the way across the court to King. Robinson inside the paint, back outside. Two on one, almost come away with the steal, and contact at midcourt and a foul. That's going against Jayshawn Proby, and if I have it correct, that's number 5. Let's make sure. Proby called for grabbing the arm. That is team foul number 8, so a 1-and-1 coming up for the Conquerors. Donovan Paris is at the line. On the season, Paris is at 73%. He is 77 for 106. And that is number 5 on Jayshawn Proby. So he heads off to the sideline. Clarence Lee in. Another Blue Devil also on. As Paris hits the first of 2, he now has 5. Pottenberg back onto the court for the Blue Devils. Paris goes 2 for 2. He has 6, and the Conquerors' lead is back up to 13 at 46-33. Inside to Pottenberg, and a foul. Fred Highsmith got ball but also got some of the arm. Pottenberg will go to the line. That is number 4 on Highsmith. Owen Pottenberg is 3 for 4 at the line. He has 9 total points, a chance to make it into double digits. More importantly, trim the deficit down a little bit. It's 46-33 Conquerors with 2:34 left to go. Coach Willis looking for an explanation. And the call was Highsmith got the arm of Pottenberg. First of 2 from Owen Pottenberg is a little strong. Substitution for Stanton, Joshua Perillian. He's coming in, and Julian Pedro will head off. Pottenberg missed the first. Here comes number 2. It is good. So 1 for 2 in the sequence, 3 for 5 overall on the night. Conquerors lead 46-33. 34, that one just now put on the board. King goes all the way in, and the right-handed layup from the left side of the glass gives Travis King a total of 15. And a great pass inside to Clarence Lee. He's the beneficiary, and he will get the basket. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. Conquerors lead by 12 at 48-36. Timeout. 2 minutes and 7 seconds remain. Conquerors have possession, leading by 12, 48-36, 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. It'll be a difficult decision picking player of the game. I don't always pick the player with the highest point total, and I don't always pick someone on the winning team. Right now, it's between Travis King for the Conquerors and Raza Kadi for the Blue Devils. That's Donovan Paris getting the layup and giving the Conquerors a 14-point lead at 50-36. 1:40 left to go. And a foul against Paris. That will be his first. It is team foul number 10, so double bonus for Stanton. Well, actually, they've been in the double bonus for quite some time. Jamari Bush at the line, nothing out of 2 on the night. Those were in the third quarter, and the first of 2 is good. 1:39 left. Conquerors lead 50-37. Joseph Sutphin, number 14, and Trey Goggins, number 13, in for Trinity. Seth Bialik and Josh Robinson head off to make room. Bush with his second. It is good. He's 2 for 4 overall on the night, 4 total points, and the Conquerors lead 50-38. A minute and a half left to go. King slows it down again, looking to use up some of the clock, then forges his way inside. Underhand layup, no. Pulled down by Bush. Bush inside the paint, gets the bounce off the rim and the basket. He now has 6 and a deficit down to 10. The Conquerors lead 50-40. 1 minute left right now. Paris inside the paint, no. Rebound by Bush. Has Pottenberg open. Highsmith coming up from behind, knocks it out of bounds, but it will be Stanton's ball. Highsmith and Pottenberg collide, and Pottenberg a little slow to get up. And now he's back on his feet. 51 seconds remain, and the Conquerors lead by 10. And we're going to have ourselves a timeout with the score. Trinity Christian 50, Stanton 40, 50.9 seconds. If you want to get a little bit more specific, back in a moment. It is Stanton's ball, trailing by 10, 50.9 on the clock. Bush for 3, good! Jamari Bush, a long, high, arcing 3, nails it, trims the deficit down to 7. It's a 3-possession game, 44.1 seconds left. Trinity leads 50-43. If Stanton can get a quick stop, they have a chance to make it a 1-2-possession game. 48 seconds left. Teams now coming back onto the court. Conquerors have the ball. Now Stanton's going to put on the press and try to come away with a steal. Highsmith all the way on the other side of the court, guarded by Pottenberg. Bounce pass into King. He gets around his defender. To the back. Does not go. Kelly was able to rebound, and a whistle. Pushing foul called on Stanley Huang, his second. And the Conquerors are in the double bonus, so L.J. Kelly will shoot 2. Kelly with his first attempts at the line, and number 1 is good. On the season, L.J. Kelly came in at 70%, 7 for 10. He's now 8 for 11. Razzacati back into the ball game. Joshua Perian heads out. Kelly hit his first. Number 2 is good. He now has 4, and the Conquerors lead 52-43. And this one trickles out of bounds. Last touched by a Blue Devil. Well, I'm going to call Razakati, barring anything else happening. Razakati, tonight's player of the game, 14 points, including 4 for 4 at the line. So Stanton's Razakati, tonight's individual player of the game. Huang for 3, good. 22 seconds left and a timeout, 52-46. That's the second three-pointer for Stanley Huang. It is now a two-possession game, so the Blue Devils now looking for another stop, probably going for a quick steal, and again to cut this deficit down. Remember, the Blue Devils trailed 44-22 early in the fourth quarter and have trimmed it all the way down to 6 with 22.3 seconds left. Travis King leads the Conquerors with 15. Fred Highsmith is next with 9. Razakati leads Stanton with 14, and Owen Pottenberg is second with 10. More importantly, 6-point lead for the Conquerors. They will inbound, and they'll have to go to the length of the court. The Blue Devils look like they are going to try to put on the press, try to come away with a steal. King kept his feet in bounds. 18 seconds. And the foul on Clarence Lee sends Travis King to the line for 2. Important free throws for Travis King. If he makes even just one of those, it's now a 3-possession game. Right now, it's a 2-possession lead. 6 points, 52-46. 16 seconds left. And the first one does not go. King now 1 for 4 on the night. Razakati back in. King's second. No good, but he gets the rebound and stays in bounds. 14 seconds left and a whistle. Looks like King's going back to the line. I believe the foul was called on Owen Pottenberg, if I saw that correctly. If so, that's number 5. Officials talking. And it is number 5. No, that was called on Jamari Bush, but that is also his 5th. So he will head off, and onto the court is Deacon Taylor. Pottenberg does have 4. Same situation, and King hits the first, making it a 3-possession game. He has 16, 12 seconds left. Conquerors lead by 7. Free throw number 2, also good. So 17 for Travis King. Up the right side of the court, Clarence Lee for 3. Second chance, no. Robinson keeps it in bounds, and the Conquerors will let the clock expire, and Trinity Christian comes away with a 12-point win. Final score, Trinity Christian 54, Stanton 46. And again, our player of the game, although his team did not win and he was not the highest scorer, Razakati, with his performance in both halves, especially at the line, I'm calling tonight's player of the game. He finishes with 14 points. Also for the Blue Devils, Andrew Anton 2, Jayshawn Proby 1, Jamari Bush 9, Stanley Huang 6 on a pair of threes, Clarence Lee 4, Owen Pottenberg 10, and Razakati 14, assuming no mistakes. For the Conquerors, Donovan Paris 8, L.J. Kelly 4, Travis King 17, Seth Bialik 9, Josh Robinson 7, and Fred Highsmith with 9. Well, once again, final score, the Conquerors 54-46. Trinity sweeps the JV varsity doubleheader. The JV won 58-50. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on TCA Conquerors Athletics. For Dean Bureau on camera, Coach Cliff Willis, Principal Dr. Robert Kinder Sr., I'm Ray Sports Bureau saying good night and God bless you from Trinity Christian Academy.